Welcome back. We're here with another Great Lakes Cruising podcast, and we're here to talk about cruising on the Great Lakes. Welcome.
Now, one webinar we are definitely going to sign up for because one of the lakes we have not sailed on yet is Lake Ontario. Rob, tell us about our guest speaker tonight.
Right, we're kicking off January with the cruising guide to Lake Ontario's Bay of Quinte and the Thousand Islands, and the instructor is with us right now, Eric Sunstrum. Eric, welcome.
Hi, guys. Actually, it's been, believe it or not, 40 years, but who's counting? It's been quite a while.
Good for you. Yeah. So some awesome experiences, I'm sure. Tell us a little bit about your background in boating.
Wow, jeepers! I've been sailing, as I said. Cynthia, my wife Cynthia, and I have been on the water almost 40 years now. We started sailing like most people do on little wee boats, and quickly decided that although it was a lot of fun, we were also getting wet a lot. So we decided that we would go for the larger boats and do some cruising. We've done all of our cruising in the St. Lawrence and Eastern Lake Ontario region. We've taken a couple of longer trips, but our home base is Ottawa, so we're about an hour and a half away from our boat down on the St. Lawrence, and we just love it down there.
Well, let me ask you something. Is this webinar for the cruiser that's looking for a secluded anchorage, or someone or a couple who's looking for nightlife along those villages and towns?
Well, I can tell you that's the one thing that really draws us to that area is it's got a little bit of everything. I'm sure if you ask any cruiser, they'll say that they really love those secluded anchorages where they can sit on the back of their boats and have their cocktails and watch the sunset. But I bet you if you ask them if they'd like to go and find a good restaurant too, they'll say yes to that too. So this area has got all of that and more.
Do you have a favorite spot that you can talk about?
I have a favorite spot. It's in the Thousand Islands, which is a national park in Canada, and it's called Endymion Island. And there's a little bay in there that's got about 4 or 5 mooring cans. And most days in the summer you can find Cynthia and I there because we really enjoy the sunsets, looking at that part of the water.
Can you tell us a little bit more about some of the things that you'll cover in this particular webinar?
Sure. It's a small cruising guide. We take you on a cruise from the western end of the Bay of Quinte, starting in the Murray Canal, which is actually the first entrance to the Trent Severn Waterway. And we bring you through the Bay of Quinte eastward through the places like Kingston and the Thousand Islands National Park, and we end up in Brockville. But along the way, we touch in on places to anchor and certainly the towns and marinas that are along the way. So it's got pretty much a little bit of everything for anybody who's interested in that area.
So what kind of cruisers do you think would really like to cruise in this kind of area? Is it a particular person that or set of boaters that you're orienting this webinar toward?
Well, not really. I think actually the interesting thing is it's accessible to all boats. The channels are well marked, and even trailer sailors, I would have to put in a word for them because a lot of these marinas are owned by municipalities, and pretty well all of them have launch ramps. So if you're interested in bringing your boat up on a trailer and getting out into some good water to do some great fishing, or as I said, enjoying some of the nightlife in these towns and cities, certainly any range of boat will do.
Well, Ontario is the one Great Lake that we haven't sailed yet, so we're really looking forward to your webinar because we're hoping to maybe not this coming year, but the following year. We hope to just follow your footsteps or your wake, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we'll be waiting for you, certainly.
Okay.
Awesome. So it's coming up January 9th. It's called the Cruising Guide to Lake Ontario and the Bay of Quinte and the Thousand Islands. And your instructor Eric Sunstrum. Eric, thanks for joining us.
Hey, it's been great, guys. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks, Eric.
Bye-bye.